Hello and welcome to another Thoughts by Jay segment, Flat Earth Edition. And boy do we have a good one for you today. If you are a regular follower of mine, you know that I am also on AT2 Productions on Friday night for the Veterans Talk Weekly live stream, where veterans get together from around the world and we discuss anything to our heart's content, from politics to social issues to even mental health issues. And occasionally the topic of flat Earth comes up, in which we discuss specifically various particular flat earthers. Well, we happen to have one that showed up this week because we had Craig from Fight the Flat Earth show up, and Craig, I think, is one of probably the better flat Earth debunkers out there, in my opinion, from the UK. And it's because he's a bubblehead like me. He's a submariner. Speaking of which, Craig, I need to talk to you about maybe getting a pair of dolphins from you, and I would send you a pair of US ones, if you'd like. Anyways, we'll discuss that later. But we have on here Mr. Cheswick, who I'm now going to refer to as the Cowardly Liar. You will see why momentarily. But I feel that it is important to note the context of this live stream. Mr. Cheswick would not be able to show in full because of time constraints, and that's fine. I understand that. I do, though, however, think he's a bit short-sighted in his selective editing, specifically of the chat section. And I'll show you what I mean when we're watching the video, which I have right here. I need to back it up just a little bit. I thought I took care of that, but whatever. All the way to 0. So, let's begin.
In 1965, Vietnam seemed like just another foreign war, but it wasn't. It was different in many ways, and so were those who did the fighting. In World War II, the average age of the combat soldier was 26. In Vietnam, he was...
Okay, so to let you all know, we were well aware of Mr. Cheswick and his obsession with Fight the Flat Earth. I will probably, against my better judgment, link his channel below. However, I will definitely link this video for sure, because, it's not fair for me to claim fair use and not link to the original source material. So, oh, that reminds me, I'll have to get that in here. I'll worry about that later. Anyways, the point being, when it comes to dealing with flat earthers, most of us have been around the block enough to know their mentality, how they act, how they react to things. And when we challenge them to come onto our platforms, they're generally going to say no. Or they're going to put some extravagant milestone that is either nigh on impossible to reach, or if we do reach their milestone, they'll just keep adding more and more and more. We have the latter here. We met his initial one, and then he wanted another one. We met that one, and then he decided not to show up. You'll see what I'm talking about. No, Mr. Cheswick. Mr. Cheswick. You are going to, if you want us to look into this, you're going to come on here, present your evidence to us. We're going to talk about it with you.
Yeah, you can present your video.
So, I don't know if you caught the side chat here, but Mr. Cheswick likes to talk about how it's all on his channel. Specifically, I'm talking about showing you proof of government shills. You'll notice later on something else, but it's just one of those things. All you have to do is watch my video. The evidence is there. So,
Video on screen share in here and talk to us about it. You're more than welcome. You want to see the
Anybody
evidence?
who has
Okay, go to my channel. No, I'm not.
So, okay, go to my channel. The video is there. Do you want to see the evidence? Notice that, he said shills earlier, government shills. Anybody who has a YouTube channel that posts content on a regular basis, we'll talk about it. We are all shills of our own channel. We are all shills in general. So, with that said, let's move on.
Not going to your channel, but you're more than welcome to come here and show people your channel. He's calling us cowards, even though we're directly calling him out to come in here right.
You can see, calling us cowards.
now and show us the evidence. Yet we're the cowards. Oh, I'm sorry, but if he comes in here, it's mine. Right, no, hold on. Right, he's saying if you play this.
He wants us to play the video titled Bedtime Stories with Craig. Click on the video and talk about it. Now, here's the thing. The whole time I've had his channel up, I've had his videos up. He just doesn't realize it just yet.
Video, then he will come in. So do it. Go to his channel.
Wait, whoa. Hang on. Time out. No.
And you have this here. You see, I was right. He's talking about how we would not go to his channel. We would not show his videos. Little does he know that many of us in the panel were already assuming we were going to show it and air it to get him to come on, knowing that he would do what he's about to do and then back out.
We are not playing. No, we are not playing that video yet.
But no, Jaren, please, I'm asking you, put his video on the screen, right? That
on
has been.
screen, Luce.
So here's the video. So context: Jared, AT2 Productions, has offered him to come on and talk to us about his beliefs of the military government colluding to prop up these flat earth debunking YouTubers, blah blah blah, by donating money to them. If you want me to go on your show, you have to meet my criteria, etc., etc., etc. So my first question is, I'm claiming it's already mainstream news that the military and government are actively involved in covert operations online, or are you going to deny that there are heavy military government presences online and I'm just pulling the claim out of my ass? We answered that. Shortly after he came on, we were discussing it, and I pulled this up and we read it and answered the question. As a matter of fact, specifically Jared, AT2 Productions, answered the question to get him to come on, but he opted out not to and started making claims to play his video.
Like, that's been his thing right now. He's made it very clear that if we play that video, he will come in.
No.
Yeah. Hold him up to his word. Yeah, play it.
Hang on. Monkey Sage has it right. Confirm 100%. If we eviscerate your video live on air, you will then come on to the panel.
Just a confirmation first.
All right, hang on. We have it loaded. We have it queued up, and you have the audio ready to go. All right.
I'm getting that set up right now.
So once that's set up, don't press play until I tell you to, because
I won't.
Because we need confirmation that if we start eviscerating this video.
All right. So, Mr. Cheswick, guys, I know everything anyone says online is recorded by the government. Not entirely true. It's recorded by the ISPs as well as the various providers such as YouTube. And then upon subpoena from the government, a valid subpoena, and it is, disseminated out to the various agencies that need it. So
that, yes, you are going to come on to the panel, Mr. Cheswick.
I will just confirm, Mr. Cheswick, if we play your video now, will you come onto the panel? Mr. Cheswick saying, okay, cool, is not an answer. Yes or no, will you come in?
Play it
no
to the
skidding
end.
around, no funny...
So he says, okay, cool, yeah, like as if that's a yes to us. We're not going to take it as a yes. We want a hard and firm yes or no confirmation that he will join us. He says, play it to the end, which we agree to.
Language that you can get around. If we play...
Notice, right here, he says, I will. He said he will join the panel. That is easily inferred by the conversation that we had. That if we played the video in entirety, which we agreed to do, and we did, he would come and join our panel.
Play the video from beginning to end. Will you? I will. Right, do it, please.
All right, let's eviscerate it. And
Don't leave it. Here we go.
So you'll notice that I paused it this once. There's one other time that I paused it. And that was to allow commentary due to fair use rules. Well, guidelines, not so much rules, but you know what I mean.
We have to remember the 30-second delay.
Silence.
Just to play it from beginning to end, no one speak. Then we've met his terms.
None of them received the hero's welcome.
Haha, suckers. I can't believe you fell for it. Paraphrasing, but, you know, we'll get there. Okay, so I want you to see, we have played the video all the way through and I've reset it to his own admission that we played it through. Mr. Cheswick, click the link, and that's the link to our Hangout where people can come and actually be a part of the panel members. AT2 Productions, which is Jared, also clicked it. Mr. Cheswick's response, so do I have a point to be suspicious then?
Sounds floppy thirds.
Come on, Cheesy.
Come on.
Click the link.
Come on, Mr. Cheswick.
You agree.
And there you go, ladies. Now you know. See you later. Haha, suckers. So he seems to think that he has played us. He seems to think that we have played into his hand, so to speak. Like he's the Bond villain and we're Bond. And we've fallen into the trap. He also seems to forget that Bond gets out of those traps. And we have proof here that he is a liar.
That you would come onto the panel if we showed the video. We showed the video and now you're running away.
Haha, suckers. Yep, absolutely. Ha ha ha.
No, I'll let Craig finish it.
You fell for it.
You
You see,
missed.
Craig. I'm playing with you.
There is the reason why we specifically asked.
So as you can see, ha ha ha, you fell for it. You see, Craig, I'm playing with you. You are the toy, Craig. You fell for it, hook, line, and sinker. And then, ha ha ha, I can't believe you fell for it. I'll let Jared finish it up.
Asked, will you come onto the panel if we show the video in its entirety? And he said, I will.
He's still acting like we fell for it. Dude,
Oh, and look at this right here. I'm going to bed, ladies. Enjoy your night. You fell for it. Ha 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 ha. What he doesn't understand is we didn't fall for anything. We knew he was not going to come on. I know that for a fact. That's what I was thinking. Other people on the panel have said that. Here's the thing, is what Mr. Cheswick doesn't tell you is he spent the rest of our stream trying to just goad us into more, which we weren't taking. We were just like, meh, ignoring him. The moderators like Off the Hook and Marvel Girl, they would just time him out. So it's really funny.
I knew exactly what was going on. I knew you would never come on. That's why I've done this. I now have literal footage of you being a bitch.
Yeah, we have confirmed demonstrable proof of you being dishonest.
And as you can see where I pulled my thumbnail from, no, boys, all you have is proof of how easy it was to wind you up. Honestly, people, did we sound like we were wound up? No, we understood what was going on. We knew he was not going to join the panel at all whatsoever. Because him, like many other flat earthers, refused to go on anywhere where they do not have control. He refuses to go on anywhere. Craig even offered to go to another flat earther's channel to have the discussion. Dell from Beyond the Imaginary Curve. And Mr. Cheswick's, no, you wouldn't be allowed in there. You'd just be laughed off, etc., etc., etc. That just goes to prove that flat earthers have no confidence in their position. We're willing to offer up going to other channels if we so need to. We're even willing to go to channels like Nathan Oakley 1980. Many non-flat earthers, globe earthers, whatever you want to call us, have gone on there only to be treated poorly, like literally treated like crap. Now, I admit we have those people on our side too. I mean, anybody who's watched any of Red's rhetoric, but he just calls it as he sees it. And I'm not excusing the tone that he takes, but if flat earthers would just be honest, which they're not, you can tell by the way that they stammer around when they don't understand something, rather than taking the intellectually honest route of saying, I don't know, let me get back to you on that. that would solve most of the hostility that comes from our side. That would solve most of the hostility that comes from people like Red's Rhetoric. But they don't want to do that. They don't want to admit that they're wrong. They can't admit that they're wrong because they have this feeling that they know better than all of us. So, I will conclude the rest of his 10 seconds of his video here. All right. So, with all of that, I just find it hilarious that he seems to think that we are, how shall I say, patsies for him. That we were able to, I don't know what to say here, fall for his trap. Now, the thing is we also knew that he was going to come out with this video. I just been biding my time, like, I'll wait for it to pop up. It finally pops up, and I take the chance to do this. I should be in bed right now, but I felt this is more important. So, Mr. Cheswick, you are now going to be affectionately known by me, and I'm sure I will get others to agree with me, the Cowardly Liar. Because you said, and I quote, "I will," in the chat. But you bailed when we met your criteria. So sad. So pathetic. So, I'm going to put links to the panel members down below, AT2 Productions and the like. Please go check them out. Please subscribe. And check us out every Friday night from 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific time here in the U.S. for the Veterans Talk Weekly, which also is 1 a.m. UTC time for those of you in the UK or that just use Zulu time in general. So, with that, I just have to say, I'm just flabbergasted with the fact that he seems to think that we have played in his hands, and by making this video, I may have played a little bit into his hand on this, I guess. But honestly, I don't care what you do with your content, Mr. Cheswick, but I'm just going to occasionally go on there and see what you're doing, because I've got nothing better to do after my wife and I have played video games for hours. I've got nothing better to do after I'm doing homework. I might need a distraction. But the fact that you're so fascinated with Simon Dan and Fight the Flat Earth that you have to parody things to make yourself feel better, I guess. I don't know. Hopefully you all have a great week. Hopefully you all have fun. And if you get a chance, go on, take a look at Mr. Cheswick's channel. Like I said, I will have the link to his video down below. And have a great time this week. Enjoy the Super Bowl coming up next Sunday. Unless you're a Patriots fan, then I hope you lose. Because it's the Patriots. You got it.